Peace is really never going to happen. I mean, no matter how hard you try, there's never going to be true peace anywhere.
I wouldn't want anybody to be in a position of ever having to kill somebody.
Protests are taking place in the U.S. and around the world.
How many deaths of other people's children are we willing to accept in order that we may be free, affluent, and supposedly at peace?
The guys are over there working people, and they're being exploited miserably with their own lives.
We told you earlier about the anti-war protests around the world.
Please, no children. Don't kill any children for my benefit.
I think that some of these people really are doing what they feel is right, and some of them may be only following the chain of command because they have no other job to go to.
This was just one of hundreds of anti-war rallies held worldwide today.
Come home. Make a judgment. Come home. You have the will. You have the freedom to leave what you're doing.
This will bring serious repercussions for America simply by having troops in a place where they can be struck.
Man Charles, we have heavy fire coming in. We need coordinates 82176534 attack immediately. Request immediate attack, over.
I want to ask you a question. When the guns begin to fire, when the American men and women are in harm's way and maybe dying, is that now the time for you and your allies to shut up and support the troops?
Well, it's not. Are you suggesting that when tens of thousands of Iraqi women and children are killed, and when young men and women in this country are unnecessarily put at harm's risk, what should we do? The answer is these are my neighbors, Vermont, and obviously we're going to support them, and obviously we're going to pray that as fewer casualties take place.
Are you going to demonstrate against them in the streets?
No, I don't demonstrate against anybody during a war.
Our troops listen to the news, and it is very discouraging to hear people talk against the United States. We are fighting to defend the freedom that protesters have to even speak out against the government.
We should support them by bringing them home as soon as possible.
Since we are fighting and we are sending people over there, that people who do disagree with the war have to be very careful how they react to the soldiers.
Another soldier, of course, saying that he felt let down, that he was here to defend the cause of freedom in the world, and that these protesters were really letting him down. He was just doing his job.
We should say, hey, look, we support you. We support what you stand for. But we don't support the fact that you're being sent over there to die, or to fight, or to kill.
Most of us in the military do not mind protests to war. Timing is everything, though. Protests should have been done months ago. To protest against our government, to call our president derogatory names at this time during war does not help the morale of our troops.
At the base level, I think the best support for our troops is not to put them into a situation which endangers their life.
The decision is made. We must now support the men and women.
We live in a free society. Our freedom was purchased by the blood of many people in our past history. It took wars to secure our freedom. Sometimes we forget that fact.
Personally, I'm not sure where I stand on the war issue, but I do know that I'm going to do everything I can do to support my brother.
I think the real support of our troops is to get them home.
I feel hurt and anger at protesters burning the American flag, the symbol for what many of my Marine comrades are dying for right now.
What's really important with the troops is to let them know that we hate the policies that sent them over, and we hate the leaders who sent them over. We don't hate them.
We should support them nonetheless, whether we're anti-war or not, because they're risking their lives.
What is at stake here is not whether the United States goes alone or not. It is whether the international community is prepared to back up the clear instruction that it gave to Saddam Hussein with the necessary action.
To all the men and women of the United States Armed Forces now in the Middle East, the peace of a troubled world and the hopes of an oppressed people now depend on you. That trust is well-based.
The end.